Christina Brown here with the Brown team. It is getting to be that time of year that we start thinking about the next season now that our kids are going back to school soon. It is getting closer to fall. So let's talk about some end of summer maintenance tips. And we want to do these things now before it gets cold, because when it gets cold, we're not going to want to go out and do some of these projects. But we want to make sure we're taking great care of our homes so that it holds up well in the winter months. So I have 11 tips for you. So the first thing is change your furnace filter. Do not forget to do that before you start using it hot and heavy in the winter months. You want to make sure it's got a good, fresh, clean furnace in it. While you're at it, you really should have it cleaned and inspected. Such a great thing to do. The other thing is, along those same lines, you should have your fireplace inspected, have it cleaned, make sure your chimney and all of that is safe to use and in working order. The third thing is you also want to remember in the winter we can have frozen pipes if it gets way down low in temperatures, so plan ahead and insulate water pipes and things, especially if you have any on outside walls. I know typically if you live in a home, you get to know all the ins and outs and the pros and cons. And so if you know you have a house that struggles in the wintertime, take some preventive actions now while the weather's decent and take care of insulating those pipes so you won't have issues in the winter when you want water. So that's tip number 3. Tip number 4 is by now, or especially when leaves start to drop, your gutters are going to be super clogged. Water is not going to drain well. Snow and ice are going to dam up and ruin your gutters if you do not clear them out, clean them out, keep them in good working order. So clean those gutters, check the downspouts, make sure nothing is clogged so it'll work properly all winter. And then another good tip number 5, is to clean your windows, and while you're cleaning them, of course, go around and seal any gaps. Make sure you're keeping the cold air out and the hot air in, and that way that'll also get you set up for winter. Number 6, fall is a great time to protect your deck because you're not getting beat up in the heat of summer. I mean, right now it's August. I know it's still hot to do these things. This is a to-do list for you. You need to jot these down and do them when it cools off here in just a few weeks. But definitely protect your deck. And the next thing is check your siding. Make sure your siding's in good working order. Caulk in any holes, seal up any gaps, replace any rotted wood, all of those things to protect your home over the winter. Also would be a good idea if you have been in an area where there's been hailstorms and a lot of really strong winds and storms where you are through the summer, then it would be a great idea to have somebody come look at your roof and make sure your soffits and everything is venting and working like it should. And the next tip is to add some weather stripping to any exterior door. That again, so you're keeping the cold air out, the hot air in, and it makes your home more energy efficient so you're not throwing money away by letting it creep out your doors. And then hose off and clean out your outdoor garbage bins. Our garbage bins get so nasty. When it cools down, that's a perfect time to also hose them down, spray them out, clean them out. And then my last tip is planning ahead in your yard. So fall is the best time to seed and fertilize. There's a lot that can be done. And if you put some good fertilizer down just before the first snow, that snow will just cover that so well, and the water will make it look just so much fresher and a jump start to your yard in the spring. So anyways, some great tips. Hope they help. You just got to do them or they don't do you any good. So follow the list. I hope it helps. If you have any questions, reach out. Have a great day.